I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, quick disclaimer, this video is filled with my thoughts and my thoughts alone. Everything is all alleged, nothing is factual. I do not know any of these people personally. Now, this is a commentary channel, and oftentimes I use clips and articles as part of my critical review, right along with fair use guidelines. Now, with that being said, now that we got it all out the way, I want to give y'all a new episode of Women Who Never Learn, featuring Brittany Renner. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I liked Brittany Renner back in the day. I even bought her book. So I really mean none of this in a harsh way. But I do remember when she got with her baby daddy, PJ Washington, and she deleted all of her sexy pictures. And I knew that it was because, she was really locked in with him and she was trying to be a family and whatnot. And, I know she got a lot of flack for being 7 years older than him. And I do think that a lot of what was said about her, a lot of it was misrepresented because, he was 21 and she was 28. And I know there was a lot of drama involved with their ages and them saying that she was stalking him and things like that. But I think a lot of times from what I saw of her, that she would troll people and say things just to get a rise out of people. But hey, that's just what I'm saying. I maybe I could be wrong. But, I'll say this. If I was 21, if I was 28, would I date somebody 21? No, I wouldn't. But I do think that, a lot of, like I said, the flack that she received because of it was because of what type of woman the general consensus of what people thought that she was, or what they perceived her to be. Now, I know everyone called her like a gold digger and things like that, but I always felt like she had been with way more higher profile men than the NBA player, PJ. So if she was about getting pregnant for a bag, then wouldn't she have chosen the other men that had way more resources and money? But, I don't know. This isn't about that. But I feel like I had to address the elephant in the room about her or surrounding that before we got started. Because I feel like people be like, why didn't you bring that up? So I brought it up. And like I said, I don't want people to think that I'm saying that I'm on board with that. Because like I said, if I was 28, I would never entertain a man that was 21. Men are already immature. So you going down to that level, you're going to get what you're going to get, which is an immature man. The men out here that are 50 are immature. They immature still. Let me stop. All right. But anyway, I wanted to talk about Brittany Renner today because I think she's a perfect example of a woman that never learns. Because, I remember her doing interviews and saying that she left her baby daddy PJ because he was cheating, but only to be paraded around by a dysfunctional deviant who is still married, apparently, to his wife, Drinka. Like, what? If you were going to do that, you could have just married your baby daddy. Because, like I said, you said that you left him and he was willing to marry you. And he clearly had it in him to be married because right now he's married. And, and I'm not saying that a woman should marry a cheater just to be married because she shouldn't. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, though, is that if you are of the mindset or you're the type of woman that's willing to pretend to be some type of fake additional Muslim wife to Kevin Gates, and I know he's cheating, then why wouldn't you just stay with the father of your children? Or the father of your child? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. Something isn't adding up. And, we all know that Kevin Gates is a liar. If you don't know that Kevin Gates is a liar, I don't know what to tell you. Yes, and I said a liar. And he lies that he don't even got to do. Like talking about he can jumpstart cars with his hands. And then, he's also a Mr. Sassy Pants. Do y'all remember back in the day when he did that interview with that one black woman who used to be on Love and Hip Hop and her baby daddy was always cheating on her and stuff? He was acting so rude and sassy to her. We also know that he is an incestual deviant. This is the same man that was bragging about having intercourse with his cousin. And we also know that he can be mean and disrespectful, that he kicked the fan in the chest and end up doing 180 days in jail. So, I think that anyone with any type of smarts would know that Brittany Renner linking herself up with Kevin Gates is pure insanity, that it's not a relationship that's going to last or be healthy or be functional. And, not that I already knew that I was right, but I felt even more right when I saw this.
Do the handshake with Savannah. And then I was like, maybe I noticed shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Right. But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I said, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like, I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you can't be the police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit's so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see that. Like, you down there, Jake, away from my partner, man. You dive on the floor behind that nigga, man. Dive on the floor behind it. But, like, I know a lot of people gonna hate what I just said, but I'm gonna be honest, like, if everybody like me, then I'm pussy, so we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm gonna die about everything I say, so I love LeBron, and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he gotta go through that. As a man, I hate that he gotta go through that, bro. In the playoffs. In the fucking playoffs. Your main player. Act like it's just, you have a look on your face like, I could be doing more. Like, what more? Like, I loved you for you. Like, when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom. Like, babe, don't laugh at that. I'm trying to be funny, babe. Oh my God. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you about that, you hear me? You can laugh if you want to. You gotta walk out the room. I'm trying to interrupt your video. You ain't interrupting my video. You already interrupted it.
Now, first, when I saw this clip, I knew that Kevin Gates had some sort of God complex, and he has this deep desire to be worshipped, which, truth be told, a lot of black men have. And even though Kevin Gates likes to pretend that he isn't black sometimes, we know that he is, and he very much has the pathology that a lot of black men have. And, just listen to how he was talking about expecting Savannah to behave like a white tee groupie. First of all, those white tee groupies are only looking at LeBron like they want to eat him. Number one, it's because they don't know him. And number two, it's because they want to entice him, because they want to get some money up out of him. They want to get some possible fame from being connected to a successful black man or clout, or they want to upgrade their life situation. Not to mention that white tee women know that a rich, famous black man, and also just a regular average black man, but a rich black man with power and privilege, he will throw away his whole legacy, his black family, everything for a chance to entertain a mid white tee woman. So, what are we really talking about here? And, Savannah has known LeBron since she was in high school. When you are with a man that long in a relationship, the love can still be there, but you just know someone too well to be acting fanned out. You know everything about that person. So it's not realistic. Not to mention that I'm sure that LeBron has everybody on his jock all day long. I'm sure that when he goes home with his family, that he wants to be treated like a regular person there. And the fact that Kevin Gates felt like it would be well received or okay to disrespect another man's wife and then to do it very publicly is a testimony to his delusion and lack of character. But if you notice, did y'all see how he spoke to Brittany in that video? You can tell that he is the type of man to love bomb you and get you comfortable and then start playing all up in your face. Keep you forever chasing who he started off being and be so in delusion that you don't acknowledge the man he is currently and how he's treating you in the moment. And then also not realizing that he was never the man that he showed you at first. That man was an illusion, a mirage that was born out of making you easier to control and get you to be more open to accepting mistreatment. And they call this the penny method. And I'm going to give y'all the definition. What is the penny method? Also known as penny dating or the piggy bank method. The penny method is an approach to dating where one partner slowly cuts back on time and affection with the other. The idea is that the person may invest a lot of their energy into wooing you at the beginning, but then begin depositing smaller and smaller amounts of their time, effort, and affection in an attempt to sustain the relationship with the bare minimum effort. This might look like reaching out less, not taking initiative with plans, or withholding physical intimacy or emotional connection. These actions gradually reduce over time, but then can increase again if the person starts to lose interest because of lack of effort. Explains Sam Morris, a certified dating and relationship coach. The theory evolves eventually to a point where they spend little to no effort. But because over time the manipulation has decreased, the other person's confidence and strength, they will take whatever they can get and not end the relationship. The penny method is sort of a mashup of love bombing, where tons of attention is delivered up front and then drops off, and breadcrumbing, where the other person is led on with just enough to keep them stringing along. And I saw another definition, but I can't find it, where these men were talking about it in this group, and they were saying like they invest $1 in the beginning, right? And then they gradually keep pulling back to 99 cents, to 98 cents, to 97 cents, to 96 cents, to where they can sustain the relationship on literally 1 cent of effort. That's actually diabolical and disgusting. And there are a lot of red pill men throwing that around right now that I've seen in a lot of these groups that I lurk in, and I don't know. It's disgusting, but they share it and they tell other men how this is how you treat women and you get them to stay with you. And you don't really have to do anything either, brother, And honestly, I really believe that that's what Kevin Gates did to Brittany Renner. Now, right now, Brittany Renner removed the pictures of him from her page, as of the time of recording this video, but Kevin Gates has not removed her pictures from his page and he still follows her. But yet Brittany unfollowed him. But like I said, I could tell by the way that he talked to her in the video that he has definitely been disrespectful towards her, or even worse, who knows? And, beyond Brittany Renner being a cautionary tale on what men not to choose and what not to do in a relationship, she's also a cautionary tale on be careful on what you wish for. You just might get it.
Renner meets Kevin Gates for the first time.
Hi. Wow. Hi everyone. My name is Brittany Renner, and I'm here with the one and only Kevin Gates. How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you inspire me. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Let me tell you something. So my first Rolling Loud I did in 2019 is when I first saw you. Yeah. And you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see the entire festival. And today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing.
Now, apparently, she met Kevin Gates for the first time in that clip, and you can tell that she really liked him and was very attracted to him. Probably dreamed of one day being with a man like him. And I really wish that women would realize that sometimes the idea of a certain type of man is way better than the reality of actually having that man. And all I'm saying is that we've got to start looking at men's behavior and understanding that their behavior is telling you the type of man that he is and also how he will treat you. I mean, just like I said earlier, this man did 180 days in jail for kicking a female fan. This is not the type of man that you want to wife up. This is not the type of man that you want to run around with and play fake wife to. God gave women intuition for a reason, and it's about time that we all use it. Now, I hope Brittany Renner gets it together and truly stays away from Kevin Gates and also men in general for her son's sake and for her own sake. Until she can be healed enough to actually make the right choices. Because I've seen her crash out far too many times and it's very unfortunate. But once again, what do I say? Smart young black girls, smart black women, learn from the mistakes of others. You don't have to go through the pain. You can use someone else's mistakes to show you what not to do so that you can be successful and make the right choices and avoid the trauma and baggage of making the wrong decisions. But I digress. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 22 down below. And you already know why, because what? Kevin Gates is boo, boo. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. Follow me on TikTok. I live stream there exclusively. I think you'll have a great time there. And also follow your girl on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And subscribe. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.